Hello, folks. This is Clistodia413. Welcome to the town of CraftRiddle, episode 40 of Dwarf Fortress, and let me tell you a tale. Right after I ended the last episode, a few minutes into it, I got a report that somebody had been drained of blood. That's right, a married female dwarf had been drained of blood while sleeping in the bed, and their child was right there to witness the whole thing. There was 2 witnesses, and guess who they said it was? Our former mayor, whose now his nickname is Vampire, was accused by 2 witnesses. And the funny part is that after I went through all the evidence, the last thought this person had, this mayor, was of the dead body of the female. Also, this person, this individual, while not having food or drink, was still running around like normal. When dwarves don't have food or drink, they slow down. One of the advantages of not having anybody in charge of the tavern means that vampires don't get anything to drink. Because they don't need to drink, they don't need to sleep, they don't need to eat. And if you look at their information very carefully, he hasn't eaten or drunken anything. He hasn't gone near a bed. And while he's complaining about not having anything to eat or drink, or decent meals, it hasn't slowed him down. Now, of course, at that point I decided, well, yeah, he's a vampire. Told the justice system to convict him of murder. The hammerer was told to give him 50 strokes of the hammer. The hammerer decided to go fishing first. Then the hammerer decided to grab the mayor, chain him up in the prison. Then the hammerer went and got a hammer, came over and beat the snot out of him in front of all the other prisoners, including the prisoner in the cage who had blood covered all over him because of that. Now, the vampire mayor is in the hospital being put back together because he really had everything destroyed. He cannot breathe, he cannot stand, he cannot grasp. All his limbs were broken, his wrists and ankles were pulverized. Yeah. That's not a loop. That's just one big page of everything being smashed up, and he's even got lungs that have been damaged. He's still alive. The only way to kill a vampire, really, in this game is to take his head off. And that's the one thing the hammerer decided not to do. It seems he smashed every part except for the head. Unlike a werebeast, vampires don't turn into something and heal instantly. So it'll take a while for those wounds to be brought back together. So yeah, he needs a lot of stitching. Needs to be immobilized, which isn't going to happen. We don't have a traction pad. So yeah, the hammerer was nice enough to bring him to the bed. So after he is well again, he was also one of our militia captains. He's been removed from that position. After he's well again, he's probably going to be thrown into the were room with the werebeast, because he's a vampire. There's no way anybody else would survive that. All right, he's a vampire. And who's next to you over here? Oh, who knows? What's going on over here? Nobody's checked out the kid yet, huh? All right. But yeah, we have a few tantrums. One person was found to be dehydrated again. Not sure why. We had plenty of booze, but I'm just kind of happy about how this turned out. This was a murder. There's witnesses because of the dormitory system I set up. You can't sneak up on somebody and drain their blood without being seen. he hadn't had any drink or food or any drink at all because my tavern doesn't have anybody forcing drink down your throat. And the one thing vampires don't do is they don't drink. If I had a tavern keeper, there would be no indication that he was lacking alcohol. But because I don't, because I set it up so I could find out who's a vampire, it worked. And I think they just forced him to drink water. I'm not too sure about that. Or they're washing him, I don't know. But they're fixing to keep him alive, which is great because somebody's fighting. Yeah, somebody's always fighting. Somebody threw a tantrum and actually got in a fist fight with the sheriff, which was really stupid because the sheriff basically beat the snot out of them. But yeah, I'm kind of happy about how the justice system worked. I wonder if they decided on more of a punishment because there's 50 hammer blows. Really, he's meant to die. I guess they haven't decided what to do with him after this. No sentence pending, so after 50 blows, they decided that's it. He's okay. I'm not gonna. He's not gonna be okay when I'm done with him. If he starts to move again, that's it. He's gonna go with the. He's gonna go with the werebeast, and he's going to probably die in there. Cannot breathe still. Yeah. See, the fact that he cannot breathe, it's kind of a giveaway that he's a vampire. Because if you can't breathe, you die in real life. I mean, look at that. That's how much his upper spine, his skull's been damaged. Okay, this is not a normal vampire. I mean, this is not a normal dwarf. This is a vampire. So yeah. So the mystery has been solved. We have a vampire. I'm actually kind of excited about that because in the old games, vampires used to show up all the time. They announced themselves. Hi, I'm a vampire. They fixed that. And I think they lowered the amount of vampires running around. There's a lot more werebeasts than vampires, I think. If you get cursed by a god, there's a chance of either becoming a werebeast or a vampire or a... Well, actually, let me check. See, this vampire, ironically, worships a god who did actually... Let's see if I can find it. Who did... Nope. There. There, that's their god. Nope, come on. Let's view it. Alright. Now, the funny thing about this vampire, this dwarf vampire, is they actually worship a male human, or a human god, associated with birth. But this god actually does curse people. They cursed a human vampire down there. You see, right here, 226. But also curse somebody to assume the form of a mouse-like monster every full moon. So this god curses creatures, or curses those who defile the temple. Their temple. You push over a statue, you know, it happens. Yeah, so somebody got turned into a weremouse. Sorry, I can't help it. That's funny. And then somebody else got turned into a vampire. So this dwarf worships this creature, this god. And has very few friends or past acquaintances, so I'm not sure how this vampire became a mayor. Vampires usually become mayors quite easily, usually because they're so good at socializing, they just become friends with everybody. But this vampire doesn't have any friends. Very few of them. So I'm not sure. I'm assuming it was rigged. I blame the elves. But, yeah. So, once again, this is kind of a small episode. It happened, like, in time of the last episode. I only played a few minutes before this event started to happen, so I kind of played it through and I decided to report it to you. But yeah, once the vampire is well enough, he's going to be assigned to the Were Squad. And he's going to join the other supernatural beast in her little home here. How is she doing? She's stressed. Really, really stressed. A great deal of stress. Friends too long. Feels lonely after being with family. She's bored after being able. Yeah, well, I do release her every once in a while. So, yeah, I probably should release her now. But I'll probably wait. Her hair is white. Maybe white hair is something a lot of these... that's an interesting idea. So it could be that could be that white hair is something that a lot of these dwarves have? Because usually white hair is a sign of a werewolf. But not werewolf, a vampire. Auburn, yeah. Well, I don't know, maybe it's a sign of supernatural. I'm drawn into... Yeah, he's very lonely. Yeah, also, he's also, in a cage. He threw tantrums because his wife, he was lonely, his wife's been put in jail. He's obviously, not handling it very well. So, yeah. Once again, justice is served. At least we have a vampire that we know is a vampire and not still running around free. Oh, look, they're actually farming. They're actually doing work. We also have a whole bunch of new kids now. Babies have become children, which is great. This town might actually survive. The children themselves might actually be used enough to what's happening that they themselves might grow to be adults who can handle all this. Maybe. Will you guys stop fighting, please? On top of that, at least we're getting more beds now. See? All we're going to be able to soon be able to have beds for everybody. In fact, I think we have enough beds for everybody now. Oh, we might. Actually, technically, I think since we had a few deaths, we might have extra beds. I mean, not to be morbid, but... Yeah. Okay. Empty. Well, the thing is... yeah, we don't... You're a free bed now. We don't need you. You're no longer getting a bed, so we'll give you to one of the kids. Yeah. So, there's that. Did I miss something? Oh. I went outside the bed. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, any more beds? Yes, there are. Yay. Alright, well, in this episode, it's the episode 40, which is kind of interesting. I didn't realize it would last this long. And thank you for watching. We had a vampire. What do you know? And we're going to destroy that vampire once he's well enough. Kind of awkward statement there, but, you know. Have a good day. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. Wear a cross. Eat garlic. Bye-bye.